These notary streets again. I kind of like these lives. I'll let Jeffrey say hi if he doesn't mind really quick.
Hey folks, how y'all doing? Good to see everybody.
Hey, so today we are leaving a seller's package, okay? And I am in an attorney state. A lot of people say you can't do any real estate in Georgia. I always forget to cut that off, and that's YouTube just notifying me that I'm live. Well, so I wanted to talk about this seller's package a little bit. What is it? Why you need training? Of course, all roads lead back to training. You already know, but I want to give you some tips too. I always like to share some gems with you. So welcome to those who are going to watch this later on the replay. Also, we're going to give a big welcome to those who will listen to the podcast. And again, I'm Kimmi Nunnally, your host here, and we are live in Georgia doing loan signing. So my package, I usually put it in some plastic. Let me show you. Oh, I have to get it out the back. Here's our package. So we did a seller's package. It was really quick. It was only 30 pages. It was scheduled for 2. I actually was going to do a whole nother video on this, but since I actually went live. Hey, Sheena. How are you? Welcome. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about it today. So with this seller's package, the very first tip I want to leave with you is always, 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 and I'm going to say it again, always double check your address, because we went to the wrong address. Fortunately, we left early, which we always do. We try not to just be rushing out to an appointment. So we left early. So fortunately, that gave us the leeway that we needed to get there. Hey, Lisa, how are you, my friend? That left us time to get there. So we went to the wrong address. Okay. I'm trying to look at this camera. Okay, so we went to the wrong address. The address was Sweetwater Road. Hi, Angela. The address was Sweetwater Road, and we went to Sweetwater Drive. So you would think, oh, it's still Sweetwater. No, Sweetwater Drive is houses. Sweetwater Road is apartments. Okay, so this is tip number 1. Tip number 1. I think I need to clean my glasses. Tip number 1 is always double check your address. So we went to the wrong address, and again, fortunately, we had time to get to the right address. I mean, we got there right on time because I actually had an attorney I had to call today. So I'm in an attorney state. For those of you who do not know what that is, it's exactly what it sounds. An attorney has to be present or a part of some transactions that happen in this state. So this particular package, an attorney was involved. They stayed on the phone the whole time. I'm going to tell you what that process looks like. Because there are a couple other states that are attorney states. It doesn't mean you cannot do loan closings in those states. It's just extra parameters that go with it. Hey, Melissa, what's up, girl? So let's get into it, okay? So again, always double check the address. That's the first gem we are dropping today, okay? And let me know where you guys are in your notary journey. Are you just starting? You just got your commission? Are you lacking confidence? Do you feel confident to go out there and do any documents? What's up? What's up? Let me know. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop them. I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes, okay? So anyway, so this one here, like I said, is a seller's package. I had to call the attorney. So we got there right at 2 o'clock. It was scheduled for 2. So the client was calling me a few minutes before 2, and I was like, why is he calling me? Because I'm not late. I pulled up at 2 though, which I'm really glad he did. All things always work out, guys. It always works out. I'm glad he called me because I needed the apartment number. So this is another tip, okay? Please, please, please learn from me. And that's why I'm very transparent on my channel. I'm a notary trainer, mentor, coach, all of that stuff. And I do well teaching people. But I'm human. And when we go out here and do these signings, I love sharing these real gems with you in real time, okay? So fortunately, the client did call me because I usually put the apartment number and everything in my notes in my phone before I even go out. Now there, you can use Notary Gadget or other apps like that. I do use Notary Gadget, highly recommend it. But I'm still a little old-fashioned. I like to type it in my phone. So I typed the name and phone number, but I was rushing and I didn't type the address like I normally do. So when it was time for the client for us to get there, I needed the apartment number. So fortunately, he did call me because, you know, I was just fussing about that. But I'm glad he did call me, so I was able to say, could you tell me the apartment number again? So he told me, and we were right in front of it. Watch him, Jeff, because he's driving kind of crazy. See, there he go. I knew he was going to do it. This man out here with this raggedy car and all in the way. He can't see you. And it don't have no windows in it. It's like a bootleg car. So it's not raggedy because it's raggedy. It's raggedy because it's bootleg. He don't have no windows. He got like tag applied on it. And then he about to run us off the road. So you got to drive for yourself and the other person. That's another gem out here, okay? So anyway, I was glad that he called. So again, I'm in an attorney state. In this particular package, my instructions were to call this attorney. So I called the attorney before. Seems like I got a little glare there. I don't know why. It could be me. I'm looking at two things, it looks like. Is it my glasses? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I'm not seeing two over here. That's weird. I don't usually see that when I'm on here. It might be this shirt, too, causing a reflection of some sort. Let's do like this. Okay, so anyway, I had to call the attorney. And the attorney, a lot of times people don't like attorney closings. When you have to call the attorney on the phone, a lot of people shy away from that. I do not, though. I love it when an attorney is involved. That's less work for me. The attorney is explaining all the documents. All I'm doing literally is pointing and telling the client where to sign. That's it. That's it. I point and the client signs. Okay? I felt like an airline stewardess today because I was able to take my ink pen and say, okay, do this, do that, do this, do that, you know. And we were there 30 minutes. And it was less than 30 pages, right?
Yes.
Less than 30. And how many notarizations? 4?
About 4. Yeah.
I had 4 notarizations, and Jeffrey was my witness today. Okay. Now, I didn't charge this client. I kind of did, I kind of didn't. Because I should have charged him a few dollars more. Because they already offered me one thing, and I counter it back. They accepted. I should have went a little higher, though. That's another story. All right, let me get y'all questions. Let's see. Let's see here. We have, hey, as I do, what's up? Sheena says, I think I feel confident enough, but I still am a little nervous. And that's fine. You're going to always be a little nervous. I don't care how long you've been doing this. I think it's the polka dots in my shirt. You're going to always feel a little nervous. I don't care what signing I do now. I'm not anxious as I normally am. For me, I'll be honest with you. Once I find out that they don't have no pets, I can get over everything else. I have a signing on Monday. And I did my whole little screening process, which I teach you how to do. You're going to confirm the appointment, the when, where, how, etc., etc. And then part of my screening questions do you have any pets? And he tells me he has 2 pit bulls. So y'all already know your girl is on edge. I told Jeffrey I'm on edge. I'm like 2 seconds away from asking this client to meet me at a restaurant or something. I don't know why, but he sounded like, what? Well, you know I know how to put up my dogs or something like that, he said. And I was like, yeah, but your girl's still scared. So let's go back to these questions. So, but anyway, Sheena, you're going to always feel a little bit nervous. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this because it's the unknown. You don't know what your clients are going to be like. Let me make sure. You don't know what your clients are going to be like. So, you know, that's interesting. Then you got to deal with your environment. You know, is their home clean? Is it not? You know, all those kind of things are going to always make you a little anxious. Even where I just left, I was like, oh, we got to go to an apartment, you know. I'm hoping it's clean. So we got there. We could smell a nice scent coming from it. So we walked in. Her carpet looked clean. So typically I will say, would you like me to take my shoes off? Jeffrey doesn't really like me to do that. You don't like taking your shoes off, do you?
I have no problem with that.
But I mean, at people's house, you be like, I don't know if their house dirty.
Well, it depends if it's dirty. I don't want to.
Well, for sure, if it's dirty, he does not. I mean, and I am too, but I know some people can still be a trip about their carpet, but I kind of look at the carpet before I start offering to take my shoes off, and her carpet was clean, so again, I wouldn't want to disrespect her home. So, but you're going to always be a little nervous. So don't let that stop you, okay? Once you have your proper training and everything, let's just be about it. That's why I like the mentorship program, because if you do get stuck out there, 7 days a week, we have training. We help you. A live chat is what I'm trying to say. We have live chat 7 days a week. So if you get stuck on your assignment, you know, after you prepared it and everything, just drop it in that chat really quick. If we got to call you, we will. And what I teach our people to say to their client, because you don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing, is just say, hey, I'm going to confer with a teammate right quick. Or let me ask my teammate right quick, you know. And that's how you get out of that. I've had to do that before when I first started. I might didn't know something, but the key to that is really preparation. And once you have your proper training and you know you got somebody got your back, like our team and your fellow notary community, your notary family, then you be good to go, girl. We got you. Don't be leaving money on the table. I had this conversation with somebody else recently, and they did finally take their first signing. All right, Davina says, hey Davina, I have everything I need. I just don't feel confident enough to start. Davina, you are the person I am looking for. You are the person, and we are the people you're looking for. I want you to have the confidence to go ahead and get started. A lot of you do have your commission, you have your paper, you have your toner, you have your supplies, but you don't have no money coming in. So now we need to get you in mentorship. You can check it out at notaryeducators.com at your convenience. There's no pressure, but check out mentorship and let us help you. It's true mentorship. You have the courses that you need to get the foundation, and then you have the live interaction. That's why when I started this mentorship program, the main reason I started the way I did, and it took me forever to come up with a mentorship program because it was not going to be junk. I needed it to be mentorship where you can actually learn something, and then I could actually help you. And I didn't know how to do that and have my business too, because you know I have my own business. I just left a job. So, but I figured it out. So we meet weekly. Every week we meet. It was a live topic, and then the second half of it is coaching. In addition to that, we have a chat that runs 7 days a week. I'm in the chat basically. I will answer other stuff too, but I'm basically in there to help you with your signings. The community, the notary community, is there to help each other with what color business card should I pick, or what should my logo be. You know, I will chime in on that kind of stuff, but my main role is to help you to get your signings completed. Okay, help you with your business. So think about mentorship. Okay, it's $47 per month, and you can find all the details at notaryeducators.com. All right, and that will definitely add to your confidence. Angela says Notary Gadget. Notary Gadget is the app that we use to keep a track of all of our signings, and it also tracks your mileage for you. I do have a link. I'm an affiliate. Small commission that they pay me for that, but I love it regardless. I was using it before I became an affiliate. So you can check it out though under resources at notaryeducators.com. Also under the resources page, there is a free supply list that we recommend. There's also a link to get your EIN number for free. There's a link to get information about LLCs there. So there's a lot of free resources over there, okay? So check that out. I really want you guys to get started, and that's why we put the mentorship at such a nice price. Don't get it twisted because it's reasonably priced, that it's not going to be everything that we say it is. You can't be on YouTube 5 years almost and not offer what you say. So it's the real deal, guys. The reason we keep it so reasonable is because we really do want you to win. We really do. And our mission, and the same way I teach other people even in their businesses, we're not trying to make all of our money off of one client, nor should you in your notary business. It's kind of like that Jamaican thingy where people kind of come together, they pool their money together. That's how we run a mentorship. So that's how we're able to offer all the services that we do. It's not just one person, you know, it's everybody. It's a team, it's a true community. Okay? So let's get this. So check out Notary Gadget, Angela, under the free resource tab, okay? You will not regret it. It changed our other trainer's life, Alexis, when it came to keeping up with her taxes. It changed her life. All right. And Jeffrey is our Notary Gadget person, but he's driving. I'll see if he can just kind of chime in. Maybe 3 things you like about Notary Gadget. Can you speak up a little bit too?
It measures your mileage between your appointments, and if you have a job on the same day, then you tell it if you're leaving, if you're going if you're going just from your home office to the appointment and back, if it's like a round trip, it'll give you your mileage. And also if you go from another job or what have you later in that same day, because of course you're going to key in the date, and then you're able to customize where I'm going from my first appointment to my second appointment and back to your home office, and then from there it calculates that. Also, what was the other thing? It's when you put your addresses in there, it connects to your different addresses. So it makes it very easy for you to manage everything. I made a couple of updates because I had went in there for a while. Because I go in there every few weeks, maybe sometimes close to a month, and I update all of our signings that we had to do, during the course of the month. But they made some adjustments in there. They also have some videos if you want to see that on how to use the different features that are very, very helpful. So yeah, I really like using Notary Gadget. It makes it a lot easy. And then toward the end of the year or through the course of the year, you can keep track of your expenses, how much money you've made, things like that, your P&L, profit and loss, all of those things you can keep track of as far as your taxes are concerned.
Look at Jeffrey talking about P&L.
Yeah.
I love when he talk that kind of talk. Wait a minute, y'all. He talking about P&L. That is hilarious. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. So that's Notary Gadget. S. Abdul says, I got my commission last month doing my trainings now. Yes, S. Abdul is in mentorship and she's taking full advantage of everything. And that's what I really want you guys to do. I find that the people that sign up for mentorship, do the trainings, come to the live training sessions, and participate in the chat, those are the ones that blow up, honey. Now, my people kind of shy. Y'all hear me say that all the time. Everybody don't do social media. They don't do YouTube. But I've been taking snippets of our sessions and just trying to give you a sneak peek as to what's going on. I have a few people that don't mind, really coming out. So hopefully I can get some of them on the channel soon. Melissa, hey, hon. Melissa says, so when you accept these jobs in Georgia, an attorney needs to be present at every signing? No, not every signing. Not every signing. This one here, was it a seller's or a buyer's? A seller's package. So the person was selling. Typically on my seller's packages, I don't have an attorney, but this particular attorney wanted to be on there from the beginning to the end, and I don't even usually call on an attorney package, on a seller's package rather. Now, if you have a refinance, you will always have an attorney. I don't find the attorney. I don't have to pick the attorney. It's already assigned with the job. So whatever company, so they use an ABC signing company. ABC signing company knows that Kimberly Nunnally is in Georgia. So when they give me certain packages, they already assign the attorney. Because I get that question a lot. Do I have to find the attorney? No, I do not. Now, this attorney that I work with today, guys, oh my gosh, she was so super cool. And I would love to be like her preferred notary, but I wouldn't dare go behind the signing company's back and give her my information. Now, I hope she felt equally strong about it, and maybe she could be like, oh, let me call that girl. I would love that, right? But I wouldn't dare go behind their back and try to pillage the signing, the attorney from them. But I wouldn't mind working with her. She was very thorough. She was very quick, very nice. And I've never had a mean attorney, actually. Have we? No, we never had nobody mean anyway. Oh, Jeff want to talk.
We have some, during the pandemic, the notaries were considered essential workers, I guess, if you want to call it that, because the attorneys were not going to the homes. We were going to the people's homes to do signings. That was when we were really working with attorneys. Some attorneys would only explain, and I forgot, I don't know what the document names are, that they really had to explain. It was only a couple, and they explained it to the client, whatever that form was, and then they got off the line. They just said, "Let me know when you get finished." And after a while, it was a running joke between the different clients. It was the same thing. They would say, well, that's the quickest money that attorney made, because all they did was say, well, this form number 846 means such and such and such and such. Do you have any other questions? And they say no. And then they say, okay, well, thank you, notary. You all finished with the signing, and just shoot me a message when you're finished. And we would do that many a time. So, and that's here in Georgia. So it can be done. It's just certain forms that need to be handled by the attorney. So as long as you know that, yes, you can do it. You can, those jobs can get done.
Yeah, so a lot of times, guys, like I always say, it's not what you know. It's not it's not always what you know, but who you know. So we know how to do loan signings in the state of Georgia. We've been doing it, like Jeff said, from the pandemic on to now. So, you need the proper knowledge. Don't let nobody tell you, because we had a little situation going on here in Georgia several times. It was they would go to get their commission, and they were told, well, you can't be a notary in Georgia, a notary signing agent. And that is what the handbook says, but you need to know what you can do and what you cannot do. These are people who don't even know. They just really have, passed out the paper. They tell you can't do certain notary jobs. Well, they don't know that, because they're not actually notaries. They're just working in the government office. You would think that they would know, but they're not actually working notaries like as a business owner. Okay, so that's it. So we answered Melissa's question. Melissa said, is it okay to ask them to meet somewhere other than their place? So I don't typically recommend that, but again, with that guy with them 2 pit bulls, I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it as I'm talking to you guys. But if not, I trust that he'll put them up. I might send Jeffrey in there first. But because I think I need a witness for that day too. I think so. So anyway, but no, typically we do not just change the appointment because we want to. Okay, we do not just change the appointment because we don't like the housing, or we don't like the neighborhood, or whatever reason. We don't change the time. We don't just make arbitrarily any decisions about these signings, because it's not our signing. We're being hired. So I do not encourage you to do that. Okay. S. Abdul says, I was going to get shoe covers. Yes, shoe covers is on my recommended supply list, S. Abdul. And I actually have a pair here in the car. I can show you. I think they're in my car. I have some in my notary bag too. I keep them in my bag. So I do have shoe coverings. Yes, because I actually worked with another family, and for religious reasons, they would not let me come in their house with shoes on. So I had to always take my shoes off. And one day I didn't have anything, and I had to walk on my bare feet. I was so upset. Oh, I was so upset. I knew their house was clean though, but I was still upset. I'm like, eek. But anyway, so I have some in my bag. I think they're on the door over there, Jeff. I have some pink ones and some blue ones, and they are on the recommended notary supply list. Okay. Lisa's saying the same thing. She says, I usually go with shoe booties to my appointments. Yeah. Yep. I love it. And that's what I do too. I have them in my bag, and I didn't even think to take them out today. Fortunately, we didn't have to take our shoes off. But thank you, Lisa, too, for co-signing that. But yeah, so they're like $10. So I get them 100. I roll them up and put them in my bag. And I usually, like I said, I got some in my car, and I think I got some in this car. I'm in Jeff's car today. Sheena says, okay, so when we accept signage from places like SnapDocs, etc., they are not necessarily in our state, correct? So the attorney state doesn't apply, correct? That can be true, Sheena. That can be true. So when it comes to when you accepting these signings, and I say that all the time, if you watch me for all of 2 seconds, all of your signings do not originate in your state. They do not. They can be from anywhere, okay? Anywhere in the world. Your signings, and then when you start doing apostilles, your documents too will come from wherever. That's why we believe in teaching you how to properly notarize any document, okay? So to your point though, every state is not an attorney state. And again, you will know when you accept these signings from SnapDocs, etc., because the companies that are hiring you know what state the property is located. And that's when they will make sure, you have an attorney or not. So it's not up to you to find the attorney. Okay? Let me clarify that. Let me say that again. It's not up to you. So again, we go over attorney states and stuff like that in our loan signing agent training. Okay? And how to function. Davina says, I'll check it out today. Yeah, check out the mentorship. Everyone that's watching. It is $47 per month. It includes all 16 of our courses. Notarize Like a Pro, the estate/training, the estate/trust training, e-fingerprinting, proctoring, wedding officiant, remote online notary. It covers literally everything you need. And in addition to that, You have the live training 7 day, not live training, but live chat 7 days a week, which starts as early as typically like 9 is when I start getting in there. Alexis starts a little earlier than me, so she'll answer some of the earlier questions. But and it runs all day until like around 11 because we got a lot of people on the West Coast and Pacific time, Central time. So, unlike the NNA, they do have a chat, but it's only Monday through Friday. So we are 7 days a week. Okay. S. Abdul says, I'm getting mentoring now, just got to get the training. Yes, and you're going to be fine, S. Abdul, because I can tell you work the program. So keep going through your courses, just one by one. I have them uploaded in the order I recommend you take them. So you always start with Notarize like a pro. Then you can go to your specialty general notary, then the estate/trust course. Then you have your business course. So I have them uploaded in the way that I recommend you take them. Okay? And that's how you're going to be most successful. I can always tell when somebody's not working the program. They'll sign up and say, next day, how do I price? Well, hun, you're not ready for pricing yet. You need to go finish a general notary course, and then you can go to the next course, which will cover that. Okay, I can always tell somebody signed up one day and the next day, how do I do apostilles? Well, you didn't learn how to notarize yet. We have to work the program. We have to. So I don't want you just signing up to take the courses. I really want you to win. And again, we've outlined it the best way for you to do that. All right. Let's get the next thing. Davina says, that's not bad. Okay, thanks. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Martha, what's up? What's up? Melissa says, understood, and thanks for that. You're so welcome. What's up, Grip? She says, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Kempry.
Oh, my goodness.
What's up, girl? As I do say, so eventually I can become a loan signer here in Georgia. Thought this was an attorney state, or they would have their own notary. Yeah, as I've been talking about this whole video, I am in an attorney state. I'm in Georgia. I just had an assigning that I just did. And again, I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were on yet, but there was an attorney assigned. There was an attorney, and she handled the package. I did all the notarizations. She explained the whole package. It was only 30 pages, thank goodness. But if it's a refi, and Jeffrey, you might want to go back and watch the beginning of this, because Jeffrey just talked about that too, that there are certain documents that the attorney must explain. There's no workarounds on that. And during COVID, that's when we really were working very closely with attorneys. And anytime you have a refi, you will have an attorney involved. Watch him, Jeff. Because he's just walking. Oh, he's getting the stop sign. Sorry, y'all. I gotta help Jeffrey. He says I don't have to help him, but I'm gonna help if I'm sitting in this car. I'm a co-pilot. Y'all should have saw his face. He doesn't like it. I don't care. I'm gonna help him. Sheena says, got it. Thanks for that. I'm in the loan signing training now with the mentorship. Oh yeah, Sheena. I know. Yeah, I remember your name, baby. Yeah, so keep doing it loan signing. If you have any questions as you're going through it, we can help clarify some things for you. Karen, hi Karen, how are you? S. Abdul says okay and perfect. All right. Any other questions that we have today? Any other questions? What else? So is that it with the signing? Okay, last couple tips on this particular signing. So I left a copy with the client, and then the attorney has the nerve to say, do you have 5 copies of the owner affidavit? I was like, 5? Did you hear her?
Yeah.
Hold on. What she say, Jeff?
Yeah, well, she had 5 or something, and I'm like, what the world? Nobody never had no.
Ain't nobody ever asked.
Never asked for 5 of one document.
5 of one document.
They got the copy when they print off some copies.
Yeah.
When they get it there, the paperwork. But
yeah.
Normally it'll be just we'll print off for 2 copies. One is going to be signed, and one will be left with the homeowner. Usually that's how that goes. Now, what we do for other companies, we've done a company, they'll say, like for loan modifications, we'll print 3 of the same packet, but usually it's probably about like 15 pages of like a loan modification. So it's not that much. 2 of them are going to be signed by the client, and 1 is left over. And then you'll find out that a lot of times the customer already has the paperwork, and we're just printing off just to be printing. So, but we just do what the instructions are, tell us what to do. So, they didn't put that in the package today. That whatever the have 5 thing that she was talking about. So I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, that was hilarious. She was like, "So we have 5 copies of the owner affidavit, right?" I was like, "No." So I'm looking at the client like. So what I told the attorney was, I said, "Well, I have the one that I have for the client, and I have an extra copy that I was leaving with them. If she would like me to send that back, I can do that." So she has 2, not 5. So she was good with that. She said, "Okay, we'll just have to electronically do the rest." I was thinking to myself, I bet you will. Because there was nowhere in the instructions say to print 5 of anything. And like Jeffrey said, we've never had anybody need 5 of any one document, period. So that was kind of tricky today. But we got through it. So we're going to get ready to wrap up. But check out the mentorship, notaryeducators.com. And the other piece of that is with this signing. So now we have to scan it back. We didn't bring our scanner. Jeffrey didn't hear me say we had to scan back. So we're going home and we're going to scan it. And then we will ship it out. And today's package is shipping out via FedEx. Last gem for today from me. If you got any questions, you can feel free to drop them right quick. Last gem for me is you always want to make sure that you are going to the correct shipping office. Are you going to UPS? Are you going to FedEx? And I don't like to put FedEx packages in UPS envelopes and all that, or vice versa. I hear people say, it's okay, you can do that. No, if I don't have the right envelope, I'm going to go to, somebody's music is really loud. I'm going to go to that location and I'm going to get the right envelope, okay? I would not put my Citibank payment in my Bank of America envelope, because you all know how the post office already is, or use different companies and stuff. So you don't want to do anything that could slow down the documents getting to where they need to go, okay? You don't want to have nothing to do with that. You want to always make sure you're doing the correct thing, okay? Anything else before I go, because we're going to start wrapping up. So again, we do have the October schedule out. You can look at the different sessions. We have 5 this month. So every week we have live sessions. We've not missed one in almost 3 years. We've never missed a session. Every single week there's a session. So and you may say, is it that much to talk about in notary? It is. Every single session, gems are being dropped. Businesses are growing. Ideas we're creating. We're collabing. It's been amazing. I'm telling you, my business has enhanced from mentorship because you guys give me feedback and comments. I talk about the journals all the time. That came about, the hard copy, because somebody asked for it. Somebody else dropped a gem about the review card, which I didn't ask her for. I'm gonna send her a review. I forgot to ask her for a review. Not the girl. What? So anyway, I'll send her a thank you and send the review link that way. And hopefully she'll fill it out. I think she was nice. She may. If she does, I'm gonna send her a thank you. I always follow up my signal went out for a minute, but I always leave a thank you. I don't care who it is. Always, always, always. Okay. I was saying that might have got cut off. I was saying even if the client and I didn't mesh and have a great interaction, I still always send a thank you. It may not be as long as another thank you, but I'm always gonna send one. I see we got a few new people that just joined us, and I hate leaving like that. Do we have any other questions? Any other questions? I see we got a few people that just joined us. My throat is dry. Any other questions we have? Let me show you my little Stanley. It's so cute. I just love it. It's a little one. I fell in love with this little thing when I saw it. They call it a baby cup. My friends do. They tease me. But I just fell in love with that little Stanley. Anyway, any questions before we head out? Because I see we got quite a few people that just joined us. And I love to answer as many questions live as I can. As many live. Okay, nothing like hearing it right from the notary mentor's mouth. I wanted to say horses, but All right, nothing else. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna see you over in mentorship again. October schedule is up. The rest of you I will see over in chat, and check out notaryeducators.com for all things notary. Okay. See you guys. Bye. Oh, bye, Jeffrey. Bye bye. Okay, we out, y'all. We out. Bye.